Entering the United States is no longer just difficult, it's becoming a luxury. A silent immigration reset is changing the rules overnight, making visas harder to get, approvals slower, and life in America more expensive than ever. From students and work visa holders to families waiting for green cards, no one is untouched. Fees are rising, background checks are tightening, and small mistakes can now end your American dream. If you are planning to apply already inside the US or waiting abroad, this update could decide your future. Watch carefully, because what you don't know today could cost you everything tomorrow. Welcome back to USA Visa Update, where I break down American immigration so you can make smart decisions about your future. I'm here to give you the truth, not the pretty version, not the outdated version, but what's actually happening right now in the system. Today we're talking about the complete immigration reset, and I need you to understand something. This isn't just about fees going up a little bit or processing taking a few extra weeks. The entire foundation of how immigration works has shifted. The strategies that worked last year don't work now. The timeline you read about online is probably wrong. The budget you calculated is probably way too low. I'm seeing this every single day. People come to me confused, frustrated, sometimes in tears because they didn't understand what they were getting into. They thought they could save money by skipping legal help. They thought their application was straightforward. They thought 6 months meant 6 months. And now they're stuck, they're out of status, or they're thousands of dollars deep with nothing to show for it. So here's what we're covering today. First, I'll explain exactly what has changed in the system and why it's happening now. Second, I'll break down the real costs, both the obvious ones and the hidden ones nobody tells you about. Third, I'll show you the specific challenges for different visa types. And finally, I'll give you the actual strategies you need to navigate this successfully. Everything I'm sharing comes from real cases, real situations, real people going through this right now. Let's dive in. Let's start with the reality check. The American immigration system has always been complicated, but what we're seeing now is different. It's not just complicated, it's deliberately more restrictive. Application fees have jumped significantly across almost every category. H-1B petitions, family green cards, naturalization applications, they've all seen major increases, but the money is just the beginning. Processing times have exploded. Cases that used to take 4 to 6 months are now taking 12 to 18 months. Premium processing, which used to guarantee 15-day processing for an extra fee, has been suspended for multiple visa categories. So even if you're willing to pay more to speed things up, that option doesn't exist anymore. You're stuck waiting, and during that waiting period, your life is on hold. The approval standards have become incredibly strict. Immigration officers are issuing requests for evidence at much higher rates than before. This means even when you submit what you think is a complete application, they're coming back asking for more documentation, more proof, more evidence. And here's the problem. Each RFE adds months to your processing time and often requires expensive legal help to respond properly. Denial rates have increased across multiple visa categories. Officers are finding reasons to reject applications that would have been approved a few years ago. They're questioning job titles, salary levels, employer legitimacy, and applicant qualifications much more aggressively. The benefit of the doubt that used to exist is gone. Now let's talk about specific visa categories and how they're affected. If you're looking at H-1B visas, understand this: winning the lottery is just the first hurdle. After selection, your petition goes through intense scrutiny. Officers want to see that your job truly requires a bachelor's degree in a specific field. They're questioning whether your salary meets the prevailing wage. If you're working remotely or for a consulting company, expect your case to be challenged. They want to see a clear employer-employee relationship with the petitioning company actually controlling your work. For L1 visa transfers, the focus is on whether you've worked for the foreign company long enough and whether your role qualifies as managerial, executive, or specialized knowledge. They're verifying that the U.S. company and foreign company have a qualifying relationship. Documentation requirements are extensive. Student visas have their own complications now. Consular officers are trained to look for immigrant intent. They want strong evidence that you'll return to your home country after finishing your studies. This means showing family ties, property ownership, job prospects back home, anything that proves you're not using the student visa as a backdoor to immigration. Financial documentation has to be rock solid. You need to prove you can afford your entire program, not just the first year. Family-based immigration is facing massive backlogs. For certain countries and preference categories, wait times have stretched to decades. The public charge rule is being enforced more strictly, meaning sponsors need to show significantly higher income levels. If you've ever used government benefits, even legal ones, it could impact your application. Officers are looking at the totality of circumstances to determine if you might become dependent on welfare. Let's address the costs that people don't plan for. Yes, there are the obvious government filing fees, but then there's the legal representation, which has become almost mandatory for anything beyond the simplest cases. Good immigration attorneys charge between $3,000 and $15,000 depending on case complexity. You might think you can save this money by filing yourself, but one mistake can cost you years and require refiling everything. There are medical examination fees for green card applications, ranging from $200 to $500 per person, translation and document certification costs if your papers are in another language, biometrics fees, travel costs if you need to attend interviews at specific locations, potential lost income if you can't work while waiting for employment authorization. For those already in the United States, there are ongoing costs to maintain status. Work permit renewals every 1 to 2 years depending on your category. Travel document applications if you need to leave the country while your case is pending. Each status change or extension requires new filing fees and documentation. Here's what you need to do differently now. First, triple your timeline expectations. If someone tells you 6 months, plan for 18 months. If they say 1 year, plan for 2. This isn't pessimism, it's realism based on current processing times. Second, significantly increase your budget. Take the government fees, add legal costs, add buffer for potential RFEs or reapplications, and then add another 20% for unexpected expenses. I've seen too many people run out of money halfway through the process. Third, documentation is absolutely critical. Start gathering everything now: employment letters, pay stubs, tax returns, educational certificates, birth certificates, marriage certificates, if applicable. Keep digital and physical copies of everything. Organize them by category and date. When immigration requests something, you need to provide it immediately. Fourth, maintain perfect legal status. Not almost perfect, perfect. Don't overstay by even 1 day. Don't work without proper authorization. Don't assume small violations won't matter. In the current environment, immigration officers have less discretion to overlook mistakes. Fifth, get professional help for anything complex. If your case involves previous denials, criminal issues, prior immigration violations, or complicated employment situations, don't try to handle it yourself. The money you spend on a good attorney is insurance against much bigger problems. Sixth, prepare for visa interviews like your future depends on it, because it does. Know every detail of your application. Practice answering questions clearly and confidently. Bring organized documentation. Consular officers make quick decisions, so you need to present your case perfectly in a short time. Understand that some applications will be denied despite perfect preparation. Some will take twice as long as expected. Some will cost twice as much as budgeted. This is the reality. Going in with realistic expectations helps you prepare mentally and financially for setbacks. The immigration reset is real. It's happening now. And it's affecting everyone trying to come to America or stay here legally. But here's the thing. People are still succeeding. Visas are still being approved. The system is harder, more expensive, and slower. But it's not impossible. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail often comes down to preparation, realistic planning, and understanding exactly what they're facing. If this video helped you understand what's really happening, hit that like button and subscribe to USA Visa Update for more immigration reality checks. Drop your questions in the comments and I'll answer as many as I can. Share this with anyone planning to immigrate because they need this information. Your next step is to take what you learned here and start planning properly. I'll see you in the next video where we go even deeper into specific strategies. Until then, stay informed and stay legal. Claude is AI and can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.